wrestling. We are
Thunder Rosa, how excited are you to be part of the very first main event for AEW Dynamite?
I was talking to my students yesterday and I was telling them how special I feel to become like, I like to always have the first on this. You know, I was the first in my family to graduate from college. I was the first Mexican born wrestler to get the NWA championship. And now we become the first, you know, to be in a main event in one of the biggest companies in the world, such as AEW. It's such an honor.
And you know you're going to have those people out there who are going to be like, Millennial, you're just trying to be different for the sake of being different. No, I'm not being different. I've always been consistent with my message. I've always been on point, saying the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. Okay, great. What did they do in the match that the men can't do?
Whoa, what a match. Like, what a match. In my opinion, this was an easy 5+ or above star match on the Meltzer scale. Holy crap, did I enjoy this match.
This match was, I mean, it's not always my cup of tea, but I mean, if you were expecting a lights out, anything goes match, I don't think there's anybody that said, oh, I was expecting more. They gave you almost their lives. And Thunder Rosa got the big win. Britt's bleeding all over the place. And so I guess probably Thunder Rosa's next in line for Sheeta's title.
I mean, I prepare myself physically, as probably as you know, I'm an MMA fighter. So I'm preparing myself mentally all the time to get into war, you know, inside and outside of the cage.
In this Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker match was insane. Why didn't they have this be the barbed wire fucking death match? This was a barbed wire motherfucking death match. This was disgusting.
Like I just like woke up and watched it. I'm still half asleep. In terms of hardcore wrestling, like with weapons, with blood, with everything that comes with it, the violence. I think this was on the same level as Moxley and Omega, the exploding barbed wire match, or the unsanctioned match they had before.
This is what's going to compensate for our actual entertainment. This is what we're going to allow the wrestling companies to do in order to fucking take away our value as far as entertainment is concerned. Look, this is not me. If you like the match, then by all means, man, you like the match. I'm not here to shit on your parade or anything like that. I'm just here to give you my appropriate consensus on what I feel, again, is doing more detriment to the wrestling business as a whole.
Thunder Rosa is fantastic. Britt Baker, she is the face of that promotion going forward. And she's been there since day one, obviously, but as you see her improve, as you see her get better and better, as you see her just overcome things, the broken leg, the broken nose in the match, she doesn't sell it. She even knows where to look at the camera. Last night, same way, bleeding like a stuck pig, and raises her head up and smiles at that camera, even though she's a heel. It's an iconic moment that, once again, she lays out there. She is an absolute badass, did a hell of a job. Unfortunately, Thunder Rosa's badassery is getting passed over a little bit in this and getting played down a little bit. It shouldn't be. She's outstanding.
This got its emotional drive from the fact that these two women have been feuding for almost a year now. You know, it's like a blood feud. It feels like a real feud. And they finally had the chance to settle who was the best between them in the most barbaric and openly violent setting wrestling could provide at this moment without it being in a barbed wire exploding death match. This match transcended just being a standard match and became a spectacle.
When you become so acquainted with your opponent, and like you said, it's been 5 months, and I'm getting to know Britt very well.
I can name you some things from the past. Let's never say 2000. Let's say things from the past that they didn't have to do even half the shit these women did, and they're known. Lita and Trish Stratus, the main event of Raw in 2004. Didn't do 1/3 of this shit. Didn't have 1/3 of the fucking time. Didn't do any of that stuff. Memorable. Lita and Trish again at Unforgiven, 2006. Memorable. Trish Stratus and Stephanie McMahon, No Way Out 2000. And that was Stephanie McMahon.
And when you look at the long game in wrestling, like every wrestling promotion needs to do the same thing, and AEW need to have this sort of stuff for their longevity, and that is the need to generate and hold spectacle and create. Because at the end of the day, they need to generate spectacle, as that is what becomes history. Spectacle and moments that are like, whoa, they become history, and that becomes your company's historic backbone.
Super fucking gross. I've worked in the health field. I had to do a lot of like testing with preventing airborne diseases and blood like that is a huge red flag to me. Like literally, blood is disgusting, and it's so easy to spread diseases and other disgusting things whenever you have open wounds together. So that was fucking gross. I'm also thinking in my head, you know, they didn't bleach this match. God damn it. They didn't bleach this mat before these girls were gonna fight on it and bleed. So the mat is dirty from everybody else sweating the rest of the night. And they get the last fucking match and they're both bleeding.
I think it means a lot. A lot of the women that were before me at AEW, they took a lot of shots from a lot of people all over the internet because of X, Y, and Z, because the women's division is not strong. The women's division is, the women's division is that. Like I said from the beginning, when I came to AEW, like I came here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to put, women's wrestling, to put some respect on women's wrestling in general. I do that outside of NWA, AEW, and now we're gonna do it at AEW. I think it means a lot because they know Thunder Rosa is doing things for the right reasons. I don't come here just to put a cool, like I said at the beginning of the interview, I am so super stoked that this is going to be I'm going to be the first one, but I'm doing this for the right reasons. I'm doing this to demonstrate to absolutely everybody in the world that women athletes, women's wrestlers are athletes just like the guys, and we deserve respect.
Well, I would say the ending was the best ending to any of their matches and shows that they've ever had, so good on them.
This is for Rachel, you big, fat, white, nasty, smelling, fat bitch. Why you took me off the motherfucking schedule with your trifling, dirty, white, racist ass, big, fat bitch, oompa loompa body ass bitch. I'm coming up there and I'm gonna